Let's see a demo now. We'll create two users, S3 user and EC2 user. S3 user should not have any EC2 access, whereas EC2 user should have all access on EC2 instances. S3 user should have access on S3 buckets, which is our AWS-foundation bucket. We'll create two roles, S3 role and EC2 role. EC2 role should have access to launch EC2 instances and list them. S3 role should have access to the S3 buckets. We'll make S3 user to assume EC2 role and EC2 user to assume S3 role. All these things will happen within the same account. For this demo, I have created EC2 user and S3 user. EC2 user should have all access on EC2 instances, and S3 user should have all access to S3 buckets. I'll attach policy to this EC2 user so that this user can do anything with EC2 resources. This time, I'll not create a policy on our own. I'll use AWS managed policies. Type EC2 here, and you have a policy named Amazon EC2 full access. I'll attach this policy to the EC2 user. So this policy has access to all EC2 resources. So if you see here, this is the JSON. Every EC2 action is allowed along with CloudWatch and autoscaling. For S3 user, I'll do the same but with S3 resources. The policy name is Amazon S3 full access. It is AWS managed policy. The policy has been attached. Now if I log in using EC2 user, this user should be able to do anything, but it should not have any access for S3 resources. If I go to the EC2 console, I should be able to do anything with any of the EC2 resources. So EC2 user was able to launch an EC2 instance. If I want, I can create VPCs also. I can work with load balancers. I can work with autoscaling also. I'll go to the S3 management console and see whether EC2-user can do anything there. If you see, EC2-user can't do anything as far as S3 is concerned. All access are denied. Now I'll log in with S3-user, which we created just now. I'm in the S3 console with S3-user. This user can do anything. It can create bucket also. The bucket was created. If I want, I can upload objects in the bucket too. I can remove objects. I can delete objects, etc. Let's see if S3-user is allowed to perform any action on EC2 resources. As usual, I'm not getting any access. This is our current scenario. We have EC2 user which has all access on EC2 resources and S3 user which has all access on S3 resources. But EC2 user cannot access any of the S3 resources, or S3 user cannot access any of the EC2 resources. Not only S3 resources, EC2 user cannot access any of the resources apart from EC2. Similarly, S3 user cannot access any other resources apart from S3. We'll try to change this one using temporary credentials. That means using roles. I'll create two roles, EC2-role and S3-role. In the permission policy of EC2 role, I'll attach the policy which allow all access to EC2 resources. Same will be the case with S3-role. I'll attach the policy which has all accesses to S3 resources. Then we'll attach EC2 role to S3 user and S3 role to EC2 user. After doing so, EC2 user should be able to access S3 resources but not EC2 resources. Similarly, S3 user should be able to access EC2 resources but not S3 resources. Let us go ahead and do that. I'll create two roles. In one role, I'll attach a permission policy which can do anything on EC2 instances. And in the second role, I'll attach a permission policy which can do anything on the S3 buckets. Click on create role and then click on another AWS account. Although it is the same account, but IAM would consider that this is a separate AWS account. Click on next permissions. We'll attach the same permission, Amazon EC2 full access. The role name would be EC2-role. Click on create role and the role has been created. Let me go ahead and delete all the other unnecessary roles. Click on all the roles and then delete role. This is the second role which I am creating, and the permission policy, I'll attach Amazon S3 full access. This is EC2 role. Now if you see here, there are two tabs. One is permissions and the other one is trust relationships. In the permissions tab, I have attached a policy, Amazon EC2 Full Access, which is AWS managed policy. And the trust relationship, I have mentioned that this role can be trusted by this account, which is my account itself. If you click on edit trust policies, you'll see the JSON document. The effect is allow. In principle, I have AWS and the root account of my account, and the action is STS assume role. There's no condition. Same is the case with S3 role. In the permission policy, I have attached Amazon S3 full access, and in the trust relationship, it is trusting my root account. Now my root account should give permission to EC2 user and S3 user so that they can assume these roles. For that, I'll have to create a policy. In this policy, I'm attaching a permission document whose action is to assume role and the resource is the role EC2-role. This is same, but this time instead of EC2 role, I have mentioned S3 role. Whoever this permission document is attached to, that user will get permission to assume S3-role. Both the roles have been created. Now, as I am the root account, I have logged in as the root account. I'll attach this permission EC2 role to S3 user, and I'll attach S3 role to EC2 user. Let me go ahead and do that. In EC2 user, I'm adding a permission which is to assume S3 role. So now EC2 user has two permissions. One is Amazon EC2 full access and the other one is assume S3 role. I've done the same with S3 user. Now S3 user has Amazon S3 full access and assume EC2 role policies attached to it. I have logged in using S3 user and in the EC2 console. And as usual, this S3-user does not have any access on any of the EC2 actions. But I can assume a role. Click here and then you have something called switch role. Click on switch role. In the account, mention AWS-Foundation and in the role name, mention EC2-role. Click on switch role. Now as you can see, I'm using a role now, not a user. Now this S3 user currently using EC2-role. Now I should be able to see all the EC2 resources because this user has access on all the EC2 actions. But its own permissions are gone now. It cannot see any of the S3 resources because I'm using the role. Even though I'm using S3-user, I'm getting error saying that I do not have any access because I'm using the role now. Let's test the same with EC2-user. I have logged in as EC2-user. I have all EC2 accesses, but I do not have any access on S3 resources. So I'll do a switch role now. Click on switch role and mention the account and the role. The role is S3-role. One more thing which I want to show you is that instead of clicking on switch role, you could have used this link also. Each role has a link saying that give this link to users who can switch roles in the console. As I'm trying S3 role, I'll use this link and it is giving me the account number and the role name, similar to this one. Click on switch role and if you see, currently I'm using S3-role, even though I'm logged in as EC2 user. I can see all the S3 buckets. If I want, I can upload objects in this S3 bucket, but I should not be able to do any action on EC2 resources because this role does not have that permission. As you can see, I cannot do anything with any EC2 resources. That's how roles work. Now we'll do the same using cross account. We have been using the same account now. I have created another account. I'll do the same thing with a different account. Let's see the same demo using cross account roles. That means my account is AWS Foundation. There's one more account which has S3 user and EC2 user in it. I'll use the same role to give permissions to these users in the other account to perform some actions on AWS resources in my account. This is how the architecture would be. I have AWS Foundation account under which I have multiple resources, some of them being EC2 and S3. I'll create a role which will give all access to EC2 as we have done in the previous demo. And in the trust relationship, I'll mention that AWS Foundation is trusting the other account, account 2. In this account, I'll create a user EC2-role-user, and this account will allow this user to assume this role. So once this user assumes this role, this user should be able to access EC2 resources in my account, which is AWS-Foundation. In my main account, I'll have to create one more role. This is the account ID of the other role. Then click on permissions. I'm attaching the Amazon EC2 full access to this role. The role has been created. In the permission policy, I have Amazon EC2 full access. This is the trust policy. In the trust policy, I have allowed the root user of the other account, STS assume role action. This is the second account, account 2. I'm logged in as the root user. Let me go ahead and create a user. I'll not attach any permission to this user. The user has been created. Now I'll create a policy. This is the permission document for this policy. The document says that it is allowing action STS assume role on the resource, which is this role, AWS-Foundation-cross account role. Now I'll have to attach this policy to the user EC2-role-user. I have attached that policy to this user, which is EC2-role-user. Now I'm logging in as EC2-role-user, which is a user in account 2. I'm logged in as EC2-role-user in the other account. This user can't see anything on this particular account, but I can click here and then click on switch role. The name of the account is AWS-Foundation and the name of the role is AWS-Foundation-cross account role. Click on switch role again. Now I can see resources running an AWS-Foundation role. If you see here, this instance FB5FB belongs to AWS-Foundation account, not this account. This is the account AWS-Foundation and this is the instance FB5FB. But because of this role, which is an AWS-Foundation account, I can see the resources from that account. This is how cross account roles work.